It's your girl Jay, the High Priestess, back at it again with the general tarot reading for this Mercury going through Pisces transit. I feel like this is going to be a really interesting and delicious transit for us all. Be sure to check out your sun, moon, and rising. Everything for Pisces season, everything is on YouTube. Links all below in the description box. But Patreon, the Spirit Squadron gets everything first. Patreon.com/justjeverything. For daily content, check out my Instagram, @justj_everything. And TikTok is where, between Patreon and TikTok, that's really where it's at. But for other dope shit that I do and to book a session with me and whatnot, just message me or check out my website, justjeverything.com. So, Mercury is going into Pisces on March 9th and will be there until March 27th. And 27 is my lucky number. And natally, I have Mercury in Pisces, so this is like a Mercury return for me. And the best, I want to actually make this as conversational as possible, more so than like us diving into a reading or getting the cards. I just want you guys to know or to have a heads up, because this is not an easy transit. Mercury is debilitated in Pisces, and Mercury, if you study Mercury and if you have read any of the even Greek Roman mythology, there are no stories of Mercury in water. He's in heaven, earth, or hell, and so, or the underworld. And so there is, that's also a linking to the debilitation of Mercury in water, but specifically the debilitation of Mercury in Pisces, because it's the culmination of all the signs. All the water is Pisces, all the earth, all the fire, all of it is Pisces. And so Mercury going here, it's going to be, not only are do words garner, it's words garner more meaning because it's harder to find them. You start to really respect or appreciate a well-constructed sentence, because it's just so hard to articulate them, and especially people who have this in their birth chart natally. This placement really helps you understand the supernatural power of words. And so this becomes a great time to create, a great time to dive into or lean into the power of expression in other ways than words. So how else can you say I love you? How else can you say I care? How else can you express yourself other than words? And understanding that you gotta, there also are going to be some of you that learn harsh lessons about the words that you speak. I've said this before, but and this is probably because I have this natally. I grew up with a mother who taught me that anytime I said anything, it was just that's your confession and I believe every word of it. Now, saying that to a 5 or 6 year old, I'm sure is, sounds a smidge traumatic, but it also really set me up to be really, really fucking immaculate with my word. And so it's put me in a position that I don't mind saying less, because when I do speak, my words pack power, and the divine responds to the words that I speak, because I live with and speak with such high integrity and truth. And so the more that you do that, the easier it is for you to manifest, the easier it is for you to seek the results desired, because your authenticity is, it's pure. It's I don't know why I just got an image, and I've never done coke in my life, but it just feels it's the image that was given to me was like pure cut cocaine. I've never done Sorry, that's not about that. But it's like that almost is like what the like righteous words spoken by like a righteous heart almost is like pure cocaine or pure cut cocaine to the divine, to the universe. That's interesting. That just like came through, that it like speeds up the process. It like, I don't know, it's just like pure. It's something like, it's like yes, I don't know. Anyway, so this is a great time to create, a great time to try to express yourself in all kinds of ways. Words become so poetic. You just naturally just kind of are going to be more eloquent. But also this transit is like, okay, have you ever gotten like so mad that like it's like you're so mad at someone, but it, like you got right with the Lord, or you are like aligned with the divine now, and you can't, so you're not using violence and you can't hit this person, but you're just so mad that all you can do is cry. That's kind of what Mercury in Pisces is. It's like hard to express yourself, like can't find the words, being in awe and like I'm speechless, that kind of energy. And so here you start to see that words are spells. Words have power. Life and death are in the power of the tongue. And so in Mercury and Pisces, especially our mid-Pisces season, you really get to see the supernatural power that words have and how it works. It's like, what did I write? Words are spells and have supernatural power that work in ways science explains. So there is this scientist, Dr. Emoto, Emoto, and he did like we all probably know about this, but that test that he did with talking to water and studying the crystals. Like he would say, beautiful, I love you, like positive affirmations to this one cup of water, and then spew hateful words and all his rage and anger at this other cup of water, and then examined the water under a microscope. And the crystals they're completely different. The the water that received hate even started to like build stagnant like bacteria and mold faster than the water that was spoken to positively. And so do your research, Dr. Emoto, and check that out. Science explains something very intangible, and that's very much so this Mercury in Pisces, the full moon in Virgo vibes, that the new moon in Pisces that we had. It's very that science explaining something finally that has been so inexplicable for so long. And so in this transit, your thoughts and your words are really going to be colored by imagination, thoughts and words colored by intuition. Easier to paint a visual story. Like your thoughts may be more visual as well, like very much more vivid dreams, much more colorful, and like lucid dreaming may really become a thing or enhance for some of you. And that's really beautiful because this is a time that we're entering into, specifically like while Pisces season, we're really wrapping up 2021. This is a time for us to really start thinking with our hearts. Instead of like Mercury and Pisces is going to make you think with your heart, make you think with your spirit, make you think through the lens and perceive through the lens of belief. Looking at life through the lens of belief. What do I believe in? And for some of you, that lens is going to look real dim because you need an explanation for everything. My favorite, fucking Rev Fam for life, my favorite quote by Amber Khan, I love her. She said, and I wrote it down, I have it like on a sticky note. She said, sometimes I wonder how different my life would be if I needed everything to make sense before I did it. That feels like Mercury in Pisces right now to me. And that quote just came up to me. And so it's definitely a time for us to be thinking with our spirit, not logic, not reason. And for those of you who rely on heavily on logic and reason, those of you who have an imbalance of that logic and reason in your spirit are going to struggle through this, and you're meant to struggle through this. So expect that. Expect the friends and the people and the family that you're around that, you know, are big skeptics. That's a thing that's going to start shifting. Things are being exposed and revealed that are going to really be highlighting that Pisces Virgo axis, which is the ether and the ineffable versus the 3D. And so this is going to be a period of time where we are really drawn to the spiritual, drawn to the spirit realm, and really drawn to consciousness raising information is how that feels. So really expect that. Now, Mercury in Pisces is definitely going to be having you express and think in a different way. And so what are the shifts of mind that we're really needing? And are the shifts of perspective? And what realm is Mercury in Pisces really going to be hitting us so hard? I'm pulling from the Light Seer Tarot. Later I'm going to pull from another oracle deck, but I want to see like what sector is nice. Is Mercury in Pisces is really going to be hitting us in the Four of Wands sector, which is the spirit, fun, community, togetherness. Really seeing maybe, wow, okay, some of you are maybe Nine of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck. Maybe some of you are seeing the power of the individual versus the collective. Some of you are seeing a truth or an understanding about someone with Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn placements. I feel like some of you are going to be seeing, like, it almost feels like seeing through a friend group or seeing through a community or a type of people. There may be people who are really like fake deep or like fake spiritual or who are like have the appearance of spirituality versus like being spiritual, or people who are all about the party, people who are all about the good time. There's just going to be some shifts there. I feel like what it's going to be activating or highlighting in us is a shift in who we hang out with, a shift in what we delight in, a shift in what is a good time. Can you fellowship or be really your whole self or spiritual? Like, can you really party the same way with these people? And that's a big thing. If y'all can't party together, okay, don't say I didn't tell you. If you like can't be your whole self with your person or with your friend group, I feel like that's going to be highlighted and brought to the surface. The Four of Wands is also a card of like weddings and gatherings and events. So there may be some realizations about weddings or about who you're wanting to marry or how you're wanting to have this gathering, or about an event you're wanting to throw. Something about like there's going to be shifts in festivities also. So like festivals and concerts and stuff like that, maybe like ramping back up. And that would make sense. Music is Pisces. Music, creativity, the arts, all of that stuff. So I do feel like events may be finally coming back. There may be like a lull before or during Aries season. But I do feel like there is something about really getting a strong sense in who you are. So you can like we've been talking about, let your freak flag fly. There's a bunch of flags here. It's like letting your freak flag fly high so your people can see you. Being your whole self. Wear what you want to wear. Express yourself how you want to express yourself. Throw caution to the wind. Be your whole self unapologetically. So Mercury is in Pisces, will be in Pisces, and what is Mercury in Pisces going to be revealing? Of course, this is a general reading, so this is going to be different, hit different for everybody. But what will Mercury in Pisces be revealing to those watching? What will Mercury in Pisces be revealing to us? Because this is definitely a place where the intellectual side and your cerebral side meets your metaphysical side and spiritual side. And temperance, wow, yes, you'll be learning moderation, learning balance, learning how to be patient. Some of you, there's a lot of opposition and healing to be found, or there's a lot of healing to be found in opposition. So for some of you, it's like people may be opposing your views, opposing your recovery. For some of you, this is about recovery. Trust and believe. Pisces is the house of self-undoing. It is, I mean, the 12th house, this is where this is. The house of self-undoing, secret enemies, the hidden, the unseen. So for some of you, you may suss out some snakes in your friend group. You may really peep game, seeing people's true colors, really pulling back from people, creating distance from the wrong, from, people who you realize aren't for you anymore, or this is just like seeing who your real friends are. Some of you, you're going to start to notice that people around you make you drink more, make you party harder than you normally would, make you like contribute to having irresponsible habits. There may be people around you who keep triggering you to be your old self. It's like these people are like trying to keep you stuck in the past, or stuck in a version of yourself that you don't identify with any longer. Some of you are seeking recovery. Some of you are seeking success. Some of you are seeking actual like help from addiction. Some of you are needing to identify and be honest with, no matter how much you love these people or how fun they are or stable they are in their own life, if someone triggers some sort of imbalance in you, let's be real about it. It's going to come to the surface. It's going to be revealed either way. There also may be some stuff being revealed in regards to your connection with someone with Pisces or Sagittarius placements. There may be a Pisces or Sagittarius coming in. Someone with Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, or Leo placements coming in. And so what is the takeaway? What do we really need to be learning from this? Knight of Cups. We're going to be learning. I feel like there's some love offers coming in too. But also we're going to learn how to reconnect with a quest of love, like pursuing something that you love. There could be like that loving feeling that comes back in a relationship, or you may find someone that you're actually crushing on after a long time, or vice versa. There could be somebody specifically with Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio placements that's coming in, or someone trying to court you. They don't have to have those placements, but this person may have land. This person may be very connected to this earth, to the earth. The person may be very romantic. I also feel like the person is sensitive to sound. I also heard clairaudient. Someone with very good taste. I feel like someone that possibly has Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn placements as well. Specifically Taurus. I feel like someone with very it's like connoisseur energy. So if you raise your standards, you can actually allow in someone that treats you the way that you want to be treated. That's a big thing, especially for my single folks. What's the blind side, or what don't we see coming with this transit? What don't we see coming? What could be possibly blindside us? The Hierophant reversed. So yeah, definitely something with the Taurus going on. Maybe something ending with the Taurus. What you don't see coming could be an unconventional relationship, something that is very non-traditional. An ending of a relationship, an ending of a long-term relationship, the ending of a marriage. Someone with Taurus or Libra placements being off or not being themselves, or someone with Taurus or Virgo, Taurus, Virgo, or Libra placements really pursuing their dreams, really going inward, really like resetting, restarting in some sort of way. There may be someone that falls from grace. There may be a mentor or something that like you learning something negative, possibly about someone that you idolize. Maybe some of you aren't getting into the school that you want to get into. Some of you have been trying to build something since 2020 and it's coming through. It's just like you had to learn how to wait on and how to release your timeline and start honoring divine timing. I feel like some of you are, some of you have been doing a lot of spiritual work and like in the spiritual community and have like, and this may, if it's not you, it may be somebody that you know. It's like somebody has like set themselves up as like a very spiritual person and are maybe like you're teaching classes or courses or something, whatever it is. There could just be someone that has propped themselves up or done a lot of work to be seen in this spiritual community, in your spiritual community, and something comes out about them, or there's like falling from grace in some sort of way, or it's just like they've done all this work and like they've talked this big talk, but they are just now having this really deep, profound spiritual awakening. And so this may be something that you don't even see from this person, but it's just like now they're going to start bringing something more real to the table. I also feel like some of them are like, they're having this spiritual awakening because of something that they were exposed to from other people, other deeply spiritual people. I also feel like there's like shifts in judgment, shifts in like your ethics or your morals. Really being done with like the status quo, being done with whatever has kept you from the next level also. Wow. It just feels like there is, what you don't see coming is some really profound lessons and awakening. Like, and a lot of you are expecting this to be in like the crown chakra and like the very like woo-woo ethereal place, and I feel like it's happening in your root. Like it's happening in your root chakra and it's happening in a very like physical 3D plane. Like there's deep awakenings happening in your physical world that are going to be helping you have very spiritual experiences and very spiritual thoughts and shifts in your perspective. You may be really like, someone may be leaving a church or leaving a friend group or leaving something that, you know, they really believed in some sort of way. Finally done with maybe court cases or court hearings. There could be really needing to shift lawyers or get a different kind of lawyer or getting a different kind of judge or appealing something. So that's going to be different for everybody. But ultimately, what do we have to look forward to with this? So I'm going to do this last card and then pull from another deck that I love. What do we have to look forward to with Mercury going through Pisces? Nice. Okay. The Three of Pentacles. So building new community, collaborating with new people. I do feel like some of you, it's like as soon as you peep game and are honest and take the blindfold off, accept everything for what it is, some people are showing you their ass. Some people are showing you who they are. And some of you know that the people that you're around are like weighing you down or keeping you from moving as quickly or moving as forward or being as successful that you want to be. And this is not for everybody, but I do feel like there is something about you make the cuts and like pull back from the dead weight or pull back from the like people that may be just energy vampires or really tugging on you. You're going to start welcoming in new connections and new soul family, new friends, people that you can actually work on things with, people who you're deeply aligned with, people who have the skills and who have the gifts, spiritual gifts and skill sets in the real world to help collaborate with whatever skill sets and gifts that you have. And therefore, there's some good stuff that can really get accomplished. After that, Three of Pentacles, Seven of Cups. So what we can look forward to is, you can trust and believe there's going to be some confusion. There's going to be some deeply spiritual experiences to look forward to. You really seeing the truth of things, seeing people, seeing all the tugs that have been on your heart, the emotional doors that are open that need to be closed. There may be somebody with the Cancer, Pisces, or Scorpio placements that there's a lot of clarity coming in. There may be somebody that is a musician or someone that does some kind of sound healing, or you maybe are diving into sound healing. I feel like that would be a great thing. It's time to explore, educate ourselves on healing modalities, sound healing, music therapy, Reiki, massage, tarot, divination, like all kinds of sound healing. And then, damn, Three of Pentacles, Seven of Cups, 10 of Pentacles. But what I love is that the Eight of Pentacles is on the bottom of the deck. And so what we have to look forward to is the ability to really focus on the full spectrum of our emotional process. Like, you're going to really be able to see your bullshit. I feel like you're going to be really able to call yourself out. There's going to be a lot of opportunities for you to like really go inward and to really experience, like analyze yourself. And you being able to do that is going to put you in a position, because of that analysis, full moon in Virgo on March 18th, because of that analysis and that new awareness that's coming in, and the new awareness that's coming in with the spring equinox and Aries season, because Aries season is the season of I am. So you really having that focus on yourself, focus on your process, focus on healing, focus on closing things out, focusing on letting things come full circle, focusing on tying up all the emotional and spiritual loose ends, really diving deeper into what you believe in, into walking your talk, into not being a hypocrite for some of you, you know, like, I'm going to say it like it is, like 2727 on the clock, that's my favorite number. It's just like, I do feel like there's so much mysticism, so much that's unknown, so much that is beautiful, that things it may, like, whatever you, it's like the seeds that you plant, the divine is going to water. And so there's a lot of things that may not make sense. You may be dealing with a lot of unexpected emotions. You may be dealing with like, some of you are really finally able to see your defense mechanisms, able to see your coping mechanisms, able to really see the way that you soothe versus heal. And so there's going to be a lot of things that are brought to your attention, and it's going to put you in the position to really start a brand new relationship with money, with stability, with family. What is family? What's soul family? How you're going to be able to see just how more like rich and deep these new relationships are compared to the kind of like vapid old ones. I want to clarify the Seven of Cups, and here I go trying to make sense of something that is literally saying things are going to be murky. Things aren't going to make sense, aren't supposed to. Seven of Cups. Can you please clarify the Seven of Cups here? Strength with the Queen of Swords at the bottom of the deck. So yes, there is that transmutation of power from pain, you getting unstuck, you really looking at your weaknesses and seeing how they are actually your strengths, seeing how to use your weaknesses to empower yourself, redefining what is weakness, what's softness. And the Seven of Cups, in those moments of confusion and looping in the mind, or you really trying to figure out what to believe, I feel like it's very important to be physically active. So there's a lot of healing that comes by way of moving your body, a lot of healing by way of eating better, treating your physical body better. Mental health starts in the gut. And you doing your work puts you in a position where you can be very direct yet eloquent and astute and be respected and taken really fucking seriously. But it takes a little confusion. It takes a little silence. It takes a little like, what the fuck? I can't find words for this. I can't understand. It takes a lot of that to be able to get yourself to the point where you fill in and feel into your power. And so I want to pull from the Wild Unknown Archetypes deck and just get a couple messages for Mercury and Pisces. And we have the poet. I just said that. Words are going to be poetic. It's written down. Words are poetic. You can't see it because it's backwards. Words are poetic. The poet. And I love this because it's like all the color that comes from darkness. Mercury in Pisces. While the Sun and Mercury are in Pisces, you're going to find a lot of language for your self-sabotaging habits, for your particular brand of escapism or narcissism, or are you being a doormat? Are you being assertive enough? You're going to find a lot of language for your feelings, for where you are in life. Hydrate. And if you reach for introspection and spend more time with yourself, you're going to be able to familiarize yourself with all the different voices in your head, and you'll be able to get a more like objective, like you paying attention to your thoughts and spending time with your thoughts will put you in a position where your thoughts are finally like this object outside of you. Like you start to see the separation between self and your thoughts, so that you come to the conclusion that I am not my thoughts. And it makes thinking a lot like easier and less scary, especially in like the manifestation like world and realm and all of that. But I do feel like you finally having this objective view and this emotionally kind of while Mercury was in Aquarius and while the Sun was in Aquarius, we got that emotionally detached kind of view. And now I feel like, you know what to do with it. You can like really observe yourself, and you can really create some very beautiful things from very dark places. I remember when I was younger, and I've always been a songwriter. I've always been a just writer in general, but specifically songwriter. And I remember my songs were always like birthed out of pain. And I remember how different it felt that first time that I created. I just saw 33:03 on the clock, created. I remember the first time that I created from a place of happiness. And it was a very different writing experience. It was just a very different experience altogether. And so there is something about Mercury in Pisces is going to be activating, I feel like, your inner poet. And you, number 7 is what this is. So there's definitely a deeply spiritual glaze laid over your thoughts and laid over your words. And it's almost like there's this watercolor added. There's just this artisan kind of vibe that gets like laced with everything. And it's funny, the poet and the animal came out. I just feel like there's such a difference in like a shift in perspective. I feel like we are having this shift of perspective and understanding that words are spells, words are powerful, they're important. How you express yourself is very important. Bottom of the deck being the box. We're really getting outside of the box. Look at all those colors. We're getting outside of the box in Pisces season for damn sure. And us acquiring this information about our friends, about words, about our connection to words, our connection to our power, puts us in a position where we really can be primal. We can really enter into Aries season much more spontaneous and impulsive as we're supposed to be if we do our work in Pisces season. We can really let our inner animal out and we can be our raw primal selves, and there's not going to be this like this shadow that erupts out of you if you feed your shadow. Okay, and that's one of my favorite quotes that I've said. I was in a reading once and I was like, look, your shadow's gonna eat anyway, so you might as well pay attention to what you feed it. But it's gonna eat anyway, so you might as well pay attention to what you feed it. So your inner shadow, you doing the work that you're needing to do, this is a great time for shadow work. This is a great time for going to therapy, for really allowing a very deeply introspective time. It's like your shadow can pour out of you as the poet, or it can pour out of you as the animal. It's up to you. But either way, it's gonna eat. And so it would behoove you to tend to its diet. I love you.